excited. It is Wednesday and we have a class today with the DAGUE, and that's always exciting. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Zillow again and some interesting stats that are going on around the country that perhaps you may not know about but could be useful. So let's do our stats first. I know, everybody, I'm on time today. Can you believe it? Got out, did my run. Everything is beautiful, no wind. Got back, did my stats. Looked up some things for our show today, and I'm on time. I love it. I love it. Don't see any eyes peeping at me yet, though. Oh, because it's, what's it doing? Oh, I see that little circle going. I don't know what that means. Hold on, everybody. Let's see. Search for Ruthie, see if I'm on there. Circle's going, so I don't know if it started. Looks like it did. Okay, I don't know why the little circle's going, but we'll keep going. So let's talk about the stats. Let me hide this and get to the stats here. Oh, it gave me a whole new, oh my goodness. Everybody, there they are. All right, okay, here we go. So it is the 17th, and we have 3,126 homes available, 0.8 months of inventory. I don't know, everybody, but we listed 96 homes yesterday, so we're happy about that. We put 159 under contract. Oh my goodness, my goodness. You know, month to date, we're selling 103 homes per day, and that takes in, you know, the weekends that we've had. Good morning, Karen. Good to see you. So good to see you. And good morning. Not sure who that is because Facebook took away that little icon. So good morning anyway. If you want to just say good morning, this is whoever. Sorry about that. We closed 102 homes yesterday, which is right on par with our rates this month of have 103 that are average. And let's see, year to date, we have done 1,648 homes. That's the 103 average daily. Last year, we were at 86. Hi, Frank. Good to see you, Frank. Yeah, this is Frank. Thank you. I think there's a way to fix that. I keep saying I'm going to look into it, but I haven't had time yet, but I will. Anyway, what I'm saying is that we're way ahead of last year already. So this year proves it's so far outperforming last year. Hold on just a second. Let me off for a second. Okay. Well, on the lower right-hand side of the chart, I have put in a column the median price, the current price, and the gain. And it becomes extremely important because there's a lot of places in the country that for the past 10 years haven't had a lot of gain. So this is a testimonial to, you know, the vibrancy of our beautiful city and how fast we really do grow. And let me see if I can see Jimmy. Somebody's there. No. Let's see. Jimmy. There he is. I thought I heard you down there. Hi, Jimmy.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm amazing. You know, I appreciate you being here, and now your headset's on. You sound much better. I lost my headset, so I'll try not to say too much.
Oh no, I can hear you loud and clear. Mine happened to, my headset like went down underneath my desk for a minute. So anyway, what I was saying to everybody is, if they didn't hear me really well, that, you know, we're outperforming last February by 18 homes a day. We only did 85 a day last February. This February, we're at 103. So I think that, you know, like Dr. Young said, this is going to be a stellar year. And it's so far it is. We're outperforming, and our inventory is very, very low at 0.8 months. I don't know. I know you probably know exactly the statistic on that. Has this ever happened?
No, it's no unprecedented for sure. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Jimmy, a couple things today. Facebook took away my, I don't know, they were having issues, of course. But let me hide the stat. Oh, I wanted to show you, Jimmy, too. I put in a column from 2011 to 2020 what our gain has been over the years. I put it in a column. I had it horizontal, and I don't think it made as much sense, or it wasn't as easy to understand. And I know you're a pie chart guy, but anyway. So, but we are outperforming many of the other states that don't do as well as we do. And I wanted to show what's going on in some of the other states. So let's see. This is Nevada. We have gained this year. This is U.S. Census Bureau, 47,480 people, which is huge. Now the states in the blue have gained population. The states in the gray have lost. And if you look at California, they have lost 69,532 people. And I'm sure that that is going to continue to rise, with everything that's going on there, all the businesses going out of business. Here's an interesting stat, Jimmy. Arizona has gained 129,000. I was really impressed by that because I know I think this is a net, but I know that there's people that have left Arizona. So more people are moving there than are leaving by 129,000. So, and let's see, that one is that one. New York was very, let's see if I can find New York here. They took my, nope. I'll come back to that one. New York, I will tell you, everybody has lost like 146,000. So, but the main states around us are what matter. Texas has gained thousands and thousands of people as well. And when I did the platform, it took away my other, oh, here it is. Maybe here it is. Let's see. Nope, it still just has that one. Colorado has gained though, and Texas has gained, Florida's gained, Georgia, the states in the gray have lost thousands of people, and New York was the big loser with 126,000. And I show people this because it's important that if you're advertising on the internet, you advertise to the states that are losing people. So I think that's a very interesting thing to let everybody know. I want to talk about Zillow for a little bit.
Before you go to Zillow, when you
Yes.
pull that map up and you show me the whole country, the news around the whole country besides us is the winter storms. And there was an article in the paper the other day that said you could drive from Austin, Texas, all the way to Chicago, Illinois, and be in a winter storm warning every single state you went in.
Wow.
And so it is such bad weather, such extreme weather somewhere else. That would be a reason to prospect.
God bless you. And to that point, a couple of years ago, John Matzis, he did that. He went ahead and I think it was Minnesota, wherever it was having just terrific weather, cold and snowy, ice storms, and he got a lead out of it. And they came in May and bought a home. So yeah, you prospect to these places that are having bad weather because people say, I'm not going to spend another day in this kind of weather.
Exactly. Their emotional temperature is so high because the weather is so cold that they're ready to see. I talked about this before. People change when they learn enough, when they love enough, or when they hurt enough. And there's people that are hurting right now with this winter storm. They're locked in. They can't see their family. They can't go to work. A lot of them are without power, without internet. I mean, it's one thing to be without power, but oh my God, if you're without internet, oh my God.
I know. Oh, don't even talk about that. That scares me, the bejeebies out of me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about Zillow for a little bit. Now, I don't know if you were there the other day when I told everybody that Zillow's new home, they have two corporations. They're located right across the street from us here in downtown Summerlin in that big office building. They have, I think they're on the second floor. So they've already got brokerages here. They've already joined the board. I checked this morning. They haven't done any business yet. But I follow Craig Rowe on Inman News, and he says, so Zillow, the hard to define technology company that appears to be molding into a full-fledged brokerage, announced a new version of its free home tour app this week. So you've heard me talk about this for several years. Agent Formula, if you have our website, we separate all of the virtual home tours. And we have a search for them as well. So people can search by price, by location, and you can too, to advertise that particular virtual home. And they always get views. I mean, we did an ad the other day in class and somebody called me over the weekend and said, I got 20 leads already. So people love the virtual tours. So anyway, Zillow announced their new version of its free home tour app, and the upgraded mobile app now is 3D Home, and it fully integrates interactive floor plans into its listing imagery and uses them as a central navigation point for exploring homes online. Those aware of what the market offers will see similarities to, I guess there's another app called iGuide, which depicts on floor plans a hotspot with an illustrated cone of view to help the viewer better understand their position in a home, which we do too on our Matterport. So we offer that as well here in Las Vegas to all the agents. And you get the pictures, you get the dollhouse. They call it the cone view, but we call it the dollhouse view, where you look right down into the home and see the floor plan, and then you can navigate through the home. So a nice touch on Zillow's app is the simple transition from still images to its immersive 3D tour, photo carousel, floor plan, and to take in what Zillow's head of rich media experiences called a next-gen interactive experience. So in order to compete with Zillow, and I've been talking about our website a little bit lately, Jimmy, because I think it's so important that people have content and they have ways now to communicate information to people, because Zillow is here. And let's see, what else does this particular fella say? Showing time acquisition matters too, because now Zillow will be able to more accurately ever connect listing page content to showing interest and evolve its related technologies at a faster rate. So that's what he said. I want to read to you what someone else said. Everybody knows Gary Keller, right? He's the founder of Keller Williams. And I think he has been the most outspoken when it comes to what Zillow is doing. He and Brad Inman have gone at it. Brad Inman is the creator of Inman News. And he is probably on top of the market more than any other real estate newspaper, including Riz Media. So let's see. He's got a lot here to say, but I don't want to read the whole thing. Hang on. So here it is. Real estate agents are going to determine the fate of the industry with their dollar spend. Gary Keller, the executive chairman of KW, the parent company of Keller Williams, said, never before in history has who you're in business with been a vote for the future of the industry. If you write a check to Zillow, you're voting for a Zillow world, Keller said. If you write a check to me, Keller Williams, you're voting on a Keller Williams world. Now, he's saying that because Keller has gone and they become pretty virtual, a lot like EXP, and they have a lot of technology for their agents, unlike many of the major brokers. So he says he was specifically speaking to the use of the company's tech platforms in the wake of Zillow announcing it was acquiring Showtime, a real estate tour scheduling company, for $500 million. This is a fight, he said, and there is no way around it. And in the past, I don't know if anybody has ever heard Jason Abrams speak, but I think Tycor Title brought Jason Abrams here a couple of years ago. He was quite a successful, and probably still is, agent. And he said that real estate agents hold all different cards that make up points of real estate transaction, from pre-showing through the sale. But Zillow has been picking up all of those cards, meaning that they are getting into our industry, and I don't know if everybody realizes it, he's saying. So before the consumer even begins the transaction, there are two key parts to the pre-transaction phase of this ecosystem, both search and showing. Zillow now owns both of those, with the leading consumer search portal being Zillow, and now the acquisition of Showing Time. And Gary Keller said this one thing, and I'll let you think about this and see what you have to say, Jimmy. He said, if Zillow adds a lockbox to this equation, that would be the end. That would be it. I could find a home, I could make an appointment, I could go see it, I can get inside. And they've also acquired, they've got the mortgage component, closing services, transaction and contract management services through dotloop. And Zillow would not agree to any of the Keller Williams terms back then when Keller Williams was using dotloop to do no harm on contract terms. And he said he doesn't blame Zillow and isn't trying to cast it as evil, but he did say he believed that Zillow wanted the data associated with dotloop. So one of the, while you think about that, I want to just throw this in here. I don't know if it's in this particular article. Keller said he wouldn't be surprised if Zillow announced that it's buying or building a CRM. Again, they're going to go. They want the data is what they want. The other thing is the CoStar. Now, CoStar is a huge platform in the commercial world, and they are trying to compete with Zillow. So they've moved aggressively into acquiring HomeSnap, which is got all the homes just like the IDX. You know, they've got like a worldwide site with HomeSnap, and then they're making big bids to buy CoreLogic, and that's not working out so far. But here's what Keller Williams says. Gary Keller says, when CoStar says we're the savior to Zillow, we're going to save you, Keller says you're too late. And that's the end of that story. And I'm going to tell everybody, and I've been telling everybody, Zillow has been accumulating our data for 12 years. They've got you cannot compete. I don't think any company is going to compete with Zillow. And I think that we compete with Zillow by all the things we've been trying to teach and preach. So I said it all. And the only other thing I can tell you is that other agents in the industry are saying, I'm an independent broker, but I've always respected Gary Keller. He's 100% correct when he says, if you realtors write a check to Zillow, you're voting for a Zillow world. If realtors get smart and stop giving Zillow more than $1 billion every year, then they could collapse. Well, Zillow is not going to collapse. I disagree with that statement. But the point is, they are going to compete head to head with us. So we have got to address that. And Jimmy, what do you say?
Well, the way you address it is you do a better job. There's three aspects to real estate, which you've just touched on. There's the before aspect, the during aspect, and the after aspect. If Zillow gets a CRM, that's going to cover the after aspect. Mm-hmm. But there's before, during, and after. And Zillow has been doing arguably a very good job with the before. And that's why you and I are really so high on the Buffini. We have to be in front of them before they're ready. Before they go online and search, we've got to be telling them, listen, I just found this really good deal. It hasn't hit the market yet. I saw this property. I was thinking of you, and it was a deal that fell through in this builder. If we're not calling our sphere, our important people, then Zillow's going to get them. And it's no different than ABC opens up next door to XYZ real estate company, and ABC starts doing a really, really good job, and XYZ fades. What have you done this week to become a better salesperson? What have you done this week to become a better real estate agent, a better consumer, a better consumer advocate, a better person to get in touch with your people? What have you done today to become a better business person? Because the only way you can beat Zillow, the only way you can beat them, they have way too much money behind them. They have technology behind them. The only way you can beat them is to be really good at the personal side. That's what you preach with Agent Formula, with all these messages, the 555. All those are strategies that lead to being a better agent, more present, visible before they need you. When they think of real estate, if they get online and they don't think of you and they don't call you, hey, look, I'm looking at Zillow. I saw some interesting things. We want them to call us as the information source, as the wisdom, as a knowledge source. They can get information everywhere. They're drowning in information. They're starving for wisdom. We have to show up as the wise person that they're going to actually ask before they write an offer, before they go look at houses, before they actually pull the trigger. They need to call us for advice. And if we don't position ourselves with standing in their eyes as being a really smart business person and a really professional real estate agent, we're going to lose. So you want to win, get better.
Get better. And I think that, Zillow has provided leads to agents, and I think that's a wonderful thing. However, they put their eggs in one basket. And if you have been getting Zillow leads and you have been having success, use those successes to catapult your business to the next level by calling those people, serving those people, asking them for referrals, and start taking maybe your time in that direction. And I will say that, I have been, in the computer business since 1966, and I've only ever seen it add more tools to our toolbox. They haven't replaced us, but Zillow is the first competitor that I see is trying to replace us. We need to use all the tools in the toolbox of the internet. Like we have the 3D virtual tours. We have thousands of pages of information. We teach Buffini. We teach you how to build your database. And that's the key. That's the key. And, I said yesterday, the key to happy life is knowing there's more than one key, right? And the key is you have a database, you know how to work it, you know how to stay in touch with people on Facebook and LinkedIn. And if you can do those 4 things, stop looking for, like I said yesterday, the acres of diamonds. Stop looking for another farm. You've got the farm. You've got your tools and you've got the farm. You just need to start planting the seeds and staying in touch with people and nurturing all those little sprigs that are growing up there right before your eyes.
Well, and that's where all this technology, you have to be good at this on the before unit, on the during unit, and the after unit. There's a place for technology in the before they're ready. There's a place for technology in the after they've done business with you, and there's a place for technology in the during unit. And as a business person, maybe the first week of the month, you say, this week I'm going to work on my before unit. What am I doing before they're ready? This week I'm going to work on my during unit. What am I doing during the transaction? We talked about a successful listing is one that sells and gets you another listing. That's the during process. When you have those things, now they're in business with you right now. That's a really important piece, but it's not the only important piece. All 3 are important. What are you doing after the deal closes? People think that real estate agents are just in this for the money, and we get our commission check and they don't hear from us. They don't need any more evidence that they were right than that.
Exactly.
The after unit is equally important as the during unit, and the during unit is equally as important as the before unit. You have to have all 3. You can't just do one really, really well because other people are doing more than one really well. If you want to compete, you've got to focus on your business and get better. Absolutely.
And I just am begging everybody to get a farm. If you don't have a farm, get a farm and make it. I think I've said this every day this week, make it your neighborhood, because you have an instant bond with those people. And they're going to go to Zillow for that Zestimate, and Zillow right down the street from me. Agents, they've got, if you go on Indeed, they're hiring people, they're hiring agents, and they're hiring people to call those people that go online for Zestimates. Well, they've been doing it anyway. Now they've got the structure to scale it. And that's what people need to understand. When they planted their MLS, when they became realtors here in Las Vegas, they planted their flag here. And if you're not in your neighborhood bonding with those people, they're going to go to Zillow. Zillow's right down the street or right across town. They're right here now. They're not like that far away in the cloud company. They are in our city. And you don't even know how people are going to react to that. I would think favorably.
It's as close as my keyboard. They're as close as my keyboard, and they're local. And that was one of the things that we had over Zillow, that we were local, and now they're local too. They took away one of our biggest advantages. The only advantage we have now is the relationships that we build and cultivate and keep in front of. Now, the only advantage we have is those relationships. We don't have the local advantage anymore. We don't have the technology advantage anymore. We don't have the marketing skills. You know what? I've never seen any type of advertising for showing time until this week.
Right.
After Zillow bought them, they sent out an email. They sent out a blast email to all the realtors in Las Vegas, said, did you know Showing Time does this, 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 and this? We'd like to talk to you about Showing Time. They're trying to reach out to me as a real estate agent. And hell, I don't even do any business. I don't do business. I'm just doing training and stuff. I don't take listings. I don't make sales, but they're still reaching out to me. They don't know when I might actually do a deal accidentally.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, and there's some controversy. How do you say controversy?
controversy.
Yes, there's some controversy
Yes.
out there that Zillow bought Showing Time for the data. But now Showing Time is saying, the originators of Showing Time are saying, but in our terms of agreement, we said we weren't going to use the data. So if you bought our company, you have to abide by our terms of service, which means we don't use people's data. I don't know. That's a controversy.
Well, and Zillow had the data before anyway. I don't think that
Yeah.
was the big play for them to get Showing Time's data. It was to get the technology and the tools that they already had built. Zillow could have built them, or they could have just bought it. I mean, you bought a car. You didn't build a car. You
Right.
bought a car.
But now with Zillow owning it and those people going on Showing Time and putting in their information is also
Yes.
the future controversy.
Right,
So
right.
yeah, and now if they come up, people are saying if they come up with a lockbox system, and they will. I mean, they will. Come on, everybody knows we're going from Blockbuster to Netflix here. You know, we're going from our brokerages to Zillow, and we got to figure out how we can stay in our own lane and keep our own book of business, because 68 billion is the number of all the commissions in the country, and they can only do so much. They can only scale so much. Their goal is to get into 26 markets now, and we're one of them, obviously. And we shall just have to sit back and see what they do, but not without being in the game. We have got to be on that field, fighting every day for our business and doing the right things that we teach and preach with Buffini and my website and Facebook and LinkedIn.
Well, and you put up a chart yesterday, and I said it's not about the ideas; it's about the execution of those ideas. And you gave a strategy and said, on Monday do this, on Tuesday do this, that. You posted that to the group, right?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay, that's a strategy for execution, because all the good ideas in the world are not going to make you any money. It's only executing on those good ideas.
Exactly.
We're almost out of time. Can I talk about one thing real quick?
Please.
Okay. A friend of mine gave me this book called Meditations from the Mat. And the word wonderful means full of wonder. That's what the word wonderful means. It's full of wonder. This book is wonderful. It's full of wonder. And I'm going to read you one quote from this. It's a day-by-day thing. It says, ignorance creates all the other obstacles. Ignorance creates all the other obstacles. And it is by ignorance, he doesn't mean just not knowing. He means not paying attention. He says, I was getting a glimpse of the hugeness of the ordinary, the sacred beauty of the everyday. David Allen, who's a guru of productivity, David Allen points out, information is always available, but we are not always available to the information. And there's a quote in here every day on something that just will light your fire. And I'm wondering, when we're trying to be integral, have integrity, be well-rounded, all the 5 circles that Brian Buffini talks about, it's important that we keep some balance between strategy execution, paying attention to the market, knowing what's going on. When somebody says, how's the market? I'm hoping that you have some chart that you can show them, say, well, take a look at this and tell me what you think. Exactly, that piece right there. If you don't have that piece in I have one in I'll show you when you get here, I have one in my briefcase. I carry that around with me. Now, I need to get a more updated one, but that makes the point. And that chart you put on today, that hierarchical chart about dollar volumes, sales prices, I bet you they look at that. I bet you they look, oh my God, look at what houses have gone up for the last since 2011 you did, right?
Yeah.
So in the last 9 years, look at what houses have gone up for the last 9 years. Man, I should have bought a house 9 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
And but you're exactly right. And there are many cities in this country where you don't have this appreciation, everybody. You can move to, some place that is inexpensive, but you're not going to have the appreciation. So that's something you need to educate yourself about as well. And we'll talk about that in the future. Jimmy, I'm going to see you. I'm going to run down to the office. I'll be there for class. And I think we have a healthy group of people today. So I love everybody, and just work harder.
Yeah.
And smarter. You can do both.
Fun.
Fight.
See you in a half hour.